Ancient Demon Lord Rimuru by Mertinator1905. 25. A talk between girls. In the imaginary space, in the middle of a beautiful garden, sat 3 people around a table. Actually, there were 4 people present, but the 4th one was busy serving the other 3 attendants. These persons were none other than Seal, Khloe, Belgrind and Hinata. To an outsider, it might look like an ordinary get-together between friends, but to the attendants, it was a really important meeting. After Khloe and Belgrind finished the first part of their training, which was everything about combat prowess, improving magical abilities and the use of skills, the second part of the training began, at least for Khloe. Belgrind, who didn't want to be let out, simply joined them, and Hinata was present to fulfill her duties as a maid, which was her training ordered by Seal, who was annoyed by Hinata's hot-headed nature and lack of respect against everyone excluding Luminos. While Seal lecturing Khloe was silently listening to everything and soaked all information provided by Seal like a foam. Belgrind, although looking indifferent from the outside, was eagerly listening and paying attention to everything that came out of Seal's mouth. Unlike the other 2, Hinata didn't listen intently, but simply blushed from time to time to the things Seal said. But as she didn't want to be punished any further, she tried to maintain a poker face and acted like she didn't pay any attention at all. But Sealson, in all those loops, no matter what I do, Sensei always treats me like a kid no matter my age, even though I am technically older than him. Khloe complained to Seal with a pout. So you really tell me that you don't know the reason for it? Seal said while taking a sip from her tea. Why is she saying it like it's obvious why? I tried so many times and failed miserably. And what's with that sipping tea right after she said that? Is the reason really that obvious? Khloe, who was at a loss, pondered to herself. Chronoa, who was also listening to the conversation, didn't know the answer either. Seal put her cup on the table, signaling Hinata to have a refill, and let out a big sigh. That further confused Khloe, who was sure that she tried everything and the answer couldn't be that obvious. Say, Khloe, how do you address Master? Seal asked. With Sensei. Why? Khloe answered. Sigh. You call him Sensei over countless years over and over again no matter how much time passes and then wonder why he treats you like a child, or rather his precious little student. Seal asked. Khloe's jaw nearly hit the table. She felt stupid for not realizing something so obvious, and to add more fuel to her desperation, she realized that she was still calling him Sensei. Sealson, I realize my stupid mistake, but would it really change that much? I mean, I also called him Rimuru-san sometimes, but that didn't change that much. The way you address him is a minor problem. The second problem is, well, it's easier to show you, see it for yourself. Seal said and touched Khloe's forehead. As Ciel's fingers touched Khloe's forehead, memories from the original timeline flooded through Khloe's head. Everything from the end of the Great War till the moment Rimuru last met Khloe before traveling to the past. The Khloe she saw was simply acting like she did right now, and because of that, Khloe couldn't figure out what Seal wanted her to realize. As the memory flow stopped, Seal realized from Khloe's expression that she didn't quite get the point. Seal let out another sigh before explaining the problem. As far as I can see, you don't seem to realize what I'm trying to tell you. I'll make it short and painless. I don't see a difference between the child Khloe and the Khloe who was a teacher in Tempest after the Great War, apart from the outer appearance. Although you became more mature, honest and strict, when Master is around you, you act like a spoiled child and visit him from time to propose while blushing like a little girl. But I know that that's not your true nature. We heard from Alice, Kenya and the other that you became known as the demon teacher, and would make Shizu proud. Furthermore, all the students and everyone else around the cardinal world praise you as a hero. You manage to put that insolent Leon in his place when he tries to do something funny. There are many more positive points I could list, but you show nothing of it when you're around Master. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Seal finished her long explanation with a question. Khloe was bright red. The first reason was that she realized how childish she acted around Rimuru and begged to be spoiled by him. The second reason were the praises she received, and it being Seal who praised her made it much more important to her. Yes, I understand it now. Seal gave a satisfied nod and took another sip from her tea. So you know what you have to do, right? Yes. I'm going to show Rimuru-san that I'm not a child anymore. Khloe said, passion burning through her eyes. But as you already know, Master is dense. Not just dense, but really dense. You have to make your point clear. I'll also help you with that. Seal added. Khloe gave Seal a firm nod and smiled. Belgrind, who realized that their talk was over, stared at Seal with demanding eyes. Seal, who realized this, put her cup down before speaking up again. Your case is different, Belgrind. As you have already seen from Master's memories, you two had, well, a different kind of relationship in the original timeline. At first, we were enemies and after that, well, our relationship improved, but you were obsessed with Masayuki and pushed around Rimuru like a doll from time to time. I can't say that I'm very fond of you, to be honest. But well, you were one of the reasons I was born, but on the other hand it was because you attacked Master and angered him. As I said, your case is different. Seal shattered Belgrind's expectations. Belgrind looked defeated, but didn't intend to give up at all. But Sealson, that was, well, me, from your timeline. She met Rimuru at a different time while being dominated by Michael and was for some reason obsessed with Rudra. Unlike her, I have no bonds to him anymore. But doesn't it bother you? You put your whole existence for Rudra and later Masayuki and sacrificed so much for them. Even after knowing that Master came from a different timeline to have some fun, you're not bothered that he meddled in your affairs and changed your fate. Seal asked. No. I don't feel the same way as the Belgrind from your timeline. It's true that if it weren't for Rimuru, I would still accompany Rudra, but unlike her, I simply traveled with Rudra because I was bored, and he seemed like an interesting human. We didn't live together for long enough for me to develop a bond to him. Belgrind countered. Well, as I said, your case is still different from Khloe's. Khloe has proven her worth to me, enough to contend for the place of the second wife. I accept that it's wrong to compare you to your other self, but nevertheless, you only know Master for few months and all you did was accompany him and play cat and mouse with Belzard. For now, you are on your own, but if you prove your worth like Khloe over here, maybe in the future I can also support you. Seal said. Belgrind's eyes lightened up, although it hurt her to be compared to simple animals, and she asked herself if she would be the cat or the mouse in this case. She brushed the thought away and gave Seal a big smile. I will do my best and prove my worth. Even if he won't accept me, I simply want to stay by his side, no matter the outcome. Belgrind declared. Seal nodded in agreement and turned to Hinata, to demand a refill, only to see that she also had hope in her eyes, even if little. No. Absolutely not. You're out of the talk, Hinata. On your first encounter, here and in the original timeline, you attacked Master several times and tried to kill him. Even after making peace with him, you were one of the reasons why he was doomed to spend years in his office. Because of Master's soft nature, he was bossed around by some individuals, and you were one of them. You're thousands of years away to even give me that look of hope, did you understand? Seal finished her tirade, looking angrily at Hinata. Yes, Cecile-sama. Khloe gave her friend a pitiful look but didn't say anything. Belgrind on the other hand smirked, as she had one less rival. And with the talks concluded, Hinata and Khloe returned to their rooms to get some rest, while Belgrind returned to the Palace of White Ice.